The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Tama is drawing away, and Tama with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
Il Miracolo now in command.
Let's Go Racing is proudly brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we are down to the two final stakes for 2023. On December 27th, we put a spotlight on one of the contenders for the $200,000 Misbehavior Stakes, Aoife's Magic, and Dick Girardi talks with one of the country's top race callers in PILO. Plus, we take a trip to Aqueduct, Oaklawn Park, and other tracks around the country. And Dick Girardi will be honored once again, this time in Saratoga. Lots of honoring for you. Very well deserved. We're going to tell you all about it. It's been a really busy month for you.
It has been a busy month, the Big Five, and then I just got the word the other day that I will be joining the Joe Hirsch Media Roll of Honor in the Hall of Fame at Saratoga Springs. And a lot of my friends are already in there. Jay Pribman was in a couple of years ago, and you know Jay well from your time at the Derby, so good club to join.
Oh, we are so proud of you, Dick, and well deserved. Well, let's get to some Parks racing. We're going to take a look at Monday's 8th race. This was our Parks picks too, and our favorite is Strugar. That was your choice.
It was. I cannot understand why I would have picked a horse trained by Jamie Ness, who's going to win the training title for the, 100th straight year here at Parks and all the racetracks. But Strugar's just solid, never runs a bad race like this horse.
And Word on a Wing back with Kate DeMassey. They bred him. He's a pewter homebred, really nice Pennsylvania bred back in the DeMassey barn.
Yeah, it's won over 300,000, as you said, reclaimed by Kate, and obviously Pewter and Kate have had a lot of success with Word on a Wing.
Well, this is Monday's 8th race. It's a $15,000 claiming going 6 furlongs. Here's the call.
The opening quarter, a sharp 22 4 as they head down the backstretch. Pardsy doing all of the heavy lifting. Mitre Porciento, some pressure on him. He's a half length behind. Word on a Wing has lost some ground. Mitre Porciento up to confront Pardsy. Then it's Word on a Wing shifting to the outside. On the rail is Strugar making up some ground. Then it's Jabologist, Jarlian, and at the back is Hot Pot. As they round the turn, it is Pardsy on the inside, Mitre Porciento on the outside, and looming Word on a Wing coming down the center of the track. Strugar under a drive, and he's making up some ground. Coming up the rail, Pardsy is hanging tough. Mitre Porciento makes another run at him, and here comes Strugar coming up the rail. On the outside, Word on a Wing. Strugar has the momentum with a 16th left to go. Mitre Porciento, but it is Strugar.
And it's Strugar up the rail with jockey Frankie Pennington. Word on a Wing, I don't know what was going on there. I thought he could win the race. Strugar up the rail. Your pick, too.
Yeah, my pick. Jamie Ness, at the moment, Danny's sitting on 335 wins and counting. He's second only to Steve Asmussen, and Steve has started over 2,000 horses. Jamie's just at 1,300. He's top 10 in earnings. He's won almost 1,000 races in the last 3 years and wins training titles everywhere, and he's going to win his 4th straight here.
That is just numbers to wrap your head around. And it's so cool because you can go up to Jamie. He's very approachable. You can
Absolutely.
ask him. I love asking him about, his infrastructure. He's at all these different tracks. And he really credits his wife, Mandy, because she does a lot for his business, and they are quite the successful power couple.
Look, he's found a formula to do it. He's one of the best there is, and as you said, one of the good guys at the racetrack.
Oh, he certainly is. Well, we have a lot more coming up. We have a great feature with Aoife's Magic by our very own Chris Griffin, and national races all coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Aoife's Magic is in control and kicking clear.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Did you know absolutely no taxpayer dollars support the Pennsylvania horse racing industry? In fact, racing generates $1.6 billion that pays taxes, creates jobs, and more, right here in Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, we have two big Pennsylvania bred stakes coming up on December 27th. The Wait For It and the Misbehavior. And these 2-year-olds are going to go 2 turns. A lot of them for the first time.
Yeah, can't wait to see it. We're especially looking for the daughter of Smarty Jones, Aoife's Magic, who will be undefeated, 3 starts, first time 2 turns. Chris Griffin, that's a terrific feature on this wonderful film.
Nah.
She's got a little Smarty in her.
Oh, yeah. She kicks like him, they say.
This young lady is some kind of racehorse. Aoife's Magic is just that magical. The best David DeTolo has ever trained. The 2-year-old daughter of the famous Pennsylvania-bred Smarty Jones is 3 for 3 and getting ready for the second stakes race of her young career on December 27th.
Aoife's Magic is in control and kicking clear. Aoife's Magic is pulling away. Beachfront Breeze in second, a late run from Serrani with a 16th left to go. Aoife's Magic, perfect, 3 for 3, a star on the rise.
She's doing really well. I mean, I have to keep a lip chain on to cool her out because she just wants to kick and play and buck, and she's just full of herself. She wants to go now. She doesn't want to wait. There's like no telling what her talent level is because she's done everything with Oster and she's done it easy. I mean, she's never been really pushed. I know she's got it in there because she can come out of the gate and go 46 just for fun.
The $200,000 Misbehavior Stakes will be a step up for Aoife's Magic, not because of the purse, but the distance. 1 mile and 70 yards is longer than she has ever run. To win, her jockey, Wilfred Vasquez, will have to try and get her to relax during the race.
You're going to have to rate. We're going to have to let her relax a little bit. So she looks like she will relax. Wilfred gets along with her enough that he'll take her back and she'll come back and she'll wait for him. She'll wait to get her cue from him before she really starts going away, which is good. I don't change training much because she puts a lot into her training. I mean, she gallops pretty quick out there every morning because she wants to go. Somebody comes up behind her or something and Wilfred's got his hands full because she don't want anybody to go by her. So that's the biggest challenge going to 2 turns. So hopefully we'll get like the middle of the pack post so we can just sit there with her and do what we want to do.
A horse like Aoife's Magic doesn't come around very often, so training a horse like this can be a lot of pressure. But David says he's got this.
I try not to think about that much. I just try and train her like any other horse I've had because we like trying to make them have careers. The owner's been very patient about letting me do what I want.
It's 200,000, so I'm thinking, I'm hoping everything's going to go well. You have to try her two turns. And there's nothing. She hasn't shown that she won't do it. And of course, it's a PA bred, PA sired race, so it should be fine.
Like the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, would say, one game, or in this case, race at a time. A win on December 27th will open up all kinds of options, but David DeTolo says, first things first.
You stop it. Mama. I haven't even thought about next year yet. I just want to get her finished with this year and then see what happens. I'll have to see what the PA stakes are here, and then I'll probably look to New York a little bit too because most of your better 3-year-olds will be down in Florida too, so you never know. We'll see.
For Let's Go Racing, I'm Chris Griffin.
We'll all be rooting for Aoife's Magic, and she's going to have some tough company because we're going to see some really good Pennsylvania breds. Make sure you come out. It is December 27th. 2 $200,000 races. You're going to see the best that PA has to offer.
Yeah, no question. Can't wait for it.
Well, it's time for our national races, and we're going to go out to California. You could possibly see these horses hook up with Aoife's Magic down the road, maybe in the cotillion. We're talking about the Grade 2 Starlet Stakes for 2-year-old fillies. This is at Los Alamitos, going 1 mile and 16th, and Baffert with a bunch of horses and co-favorites 5 and 6 here.
Yeah, nothing like you, 2-1 for Baffert. Chattelis is the 9-5 favorite. This is a horse I would bet against. Her big win in the Chandelier, Danny, came when there was no pace. Lucille Lee was no good in the Breeders' Cup, and I never bet against Baffert, ever, ever, ever.
Well, here it is, the Los Alamitos Grade 2 Starlet.
approaching the 3/8 pole. It's Nothing Like You, getting away a length and a half. Jatala's very hard ridden, cannot go with Nothing Like You, who travels sweetly around by the 5/16 pole. Grazia wider on the track. Great 48 hugs the fence, continues to run a strong race, and Flynn's Chances threading forward in the orange colours, now gets to the outside and is running on. 3/16 from home, it's Nothing Like You, clear by more than 2 lengths.
Nothing Like You. Well, there's Nothing Like You, DJ, but won by Open Langs, Juan Hernandez. He's really been a big part of the Bob Baffert team, and nice filly by Malibu Moon.
Yeah, he's become the top rider in Southern California, and obviously Baffert in 2-year-old races, wherever they are, he's dangerous, and obviously we'll see Nothing Like You moving forward. They're going to have to run faster, but probably will in 2024.
Yeah, they look like they all had a lot to learn coming down the stretch, a little leg weary. Well, let's go to New York. This is the Garland of Roses, 6 furlongs, $120,000 purse. Kind of a weird name, but Olga Isabel is our post-time favorite for Brad Cox.
Yeah, Brad Cox comes to New York, and he often does well when he comes there or anywhere. Why wouldn't he be favored?
And Linda Rice, the Queen of New York, has our second choice favorite with Hot Fudge.
I was actually a little surprised this horse wasn't the overwhelming favorite. Outside post, Linda Rice and our man KC riding.
Here's Chris Griffin with the call of the Garland of Roses.
Quick opening quarter as they approach the far turn, 21-4. Olga Isabel's got the lead, but 3/4 a length in front of Headland, who's back for more. Hot Fudge gets the right journey. Can't Hurry Love is following that move. From the back gets You Look Cold, but a hot pace to run into. Olga Isabel has now been passed by Headland, and Headland has put a neck in front. Hot Fudge is just ranging up on the outside off of that early tempo as Headland is now kicked for home. It's Headland who's in front. Hot Fudge, here comes the New York bred Can't Hurry Love down the center of the racetrack, has taken third. It is still Headland finding Hot Fudge in between horses. Can't Hurry Love continues to roll on the grandstand side, but running out of time. It's Hot Fudge who's now taking the lead. Can't Hurry Love is drifting out, but has the momentum. Hot Fudge, Can't Hurry Love. Hot Fudge, Can't Hurry Love. Hot Fudge.
Hot Fudge, who doesn't love it? But that was the quintessential Kendrick Carmouche ride. You had to love it. He got down on that horse and was chasing the pace setters. The number 2, Can't Hurry Love, almost came back, but didn't. Hot Fudge gets the win.
Yeah, I mean, again, it looked like the perfect scenario, right? A horse with enough tactical speed, outside post, Kendrick, Linda Rice, 160 wins on the year. She is having some 2023.
Yeah, Hot Fudge by Liam's Map. Nice win there. Well, let's go out to Oakland Park for a little Ring the Bell Stakes. We were just singing it here on set. We love this song. 6 furlongs for sprinters, $150,000. This is a 3-year-old race. You're going to know some of these names. Post-time favorite is Tejano Twist.
Yeah, Tejano Twist is over $1 million. This is a really cool horse, and he's won everywhere. And Chris Hartman, a kind of an underrated Midwest trainer, but when he's live, look out.
Yeah, and Rivet, you guys remember him from the Gallant Bob. He's our second choice.
Yeah, didn't run so good in the Bob on the off track, but came back to win that Steel Valley Sprint at Mahoning Valley that we showed on the show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Keith Asmussen riding for his dad, Steve. Gotta love the father-son combo. Here's Ring the Bell.
And the favorite, Tejano Twist, will have to pass him all the day. And right now, he's well behind, at least a dozen lengths off the speed up top who tear away. 22 seconds flat, that opening quarter mile. It's contentious and quick. Top Gunner inside. Rivet between them. And a 3-deep Sir Wellington turning up the heat. Caddo River getting closer in the 4th position. He's on the outside, but he's sent along Necker Island right behind them. And there's Tejano Twist now. He's passing runners fast. He's trying to get outside, but Tejano Twist is on the move at the top of the lane. Sir Wellington in the white blaze. He's got a narrow lead. Rivet struggling inside of him. And Tejano Twist and Chris Landeros roaring from the back of the field, taking the lead and drawing clear for an emphatic win in the Ring the Bell Stakes. Tejano Twist.
Tejano Twist runs them down. Really cool sum by Practical Joke. He is a lot of fun to watch. Last to first, this horse loves Oaklawn.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. Yes, Oaklawn, 5 starts, 3 wins in a second. Likes Oaklawn Park in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Well, we're going to head to break, but you don't want to go anywhere because DJ is going to talk with Pete Iola, one of the top race callers in the country. He's at Gulfstream Park, and our best of the rest, Jockey Turn of the Week, all coming up.
And they're off.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence and underdogs covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParx.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided for over 4,000 former racehorses with a safe retirement.
These brave warriors do so much for the fans, and we want to make sure they're taken care of.
It's a group effort by all the owners and the trainers, and we've helped so many horses.
Responding to the need of a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retirement of the equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
It's awesome. I mean, these are the things that we deal with every day that put us into the game and make the game great. Without the horses, we have nothing.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
Aftercare, it takes all of us, and every single person is responsible for it. These horses give us everything on the track. It's up to us to give them everything off the track.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, DJ, you got to catch up with one of the most interesting track announcers in United States history, and Pete Aiello. He's a really fun guy.
He is. I'm a big fan. I love his calls at Gulfstream Park, and Chris Griffin, of course, set this up, and he and Pete are friends, and I know you're friends with Pete as well. I didn't really know Pete, but it was a fascinating interview to chat with the race caller at Gulfstream Park, Danny.
Yeah, fun fact, he has a greyhound, which I think is really cool. Luna Bell, here's your interview with Pete Aiello.
I know you're a Florida guy and you'd had jobs at a number of different tracks. When you got the job at Gulfstream, and of course you're still there going strong, what was that moment like that you got to come back home and call the races permanently?
Well, it's so strange because I had literally traversed the globe. I started in, like you said, I'm a Florida bred, born and raised in West Palm Beach, about an hour from what was then the three tracks in the circuit of South Florida, Calder, Hialeah, and Gulfstream. So I was actually already back home working at Hialeah with the quarter horses when I got the opportunity to pinch hit when Gulfstream took over summer racing, or tried to take over summer racing at that point, because they were still running heads up against Calder in 2013. But it's crazy too. Always on the big days, and especially in the summertime, Summit of Speed or the Stallion Series days, it's always a surreal moment for me, because I can remember going to those events as a fan. So it's kind of that full circle moment of being down on the rail watching and enjoying those race days as a fan, to being upstairs watching and enjoying them on the mic. It's really, it sounds so cliche, Dick, it really does, but it's really just a surreal, like, wow moment every time.
16th to go, Three Witches driven out. Mary Quite Contrary running out of time. Here's the wire. It's Three Witches to win the Princess Rooney.
How many tracks did you call it? I mean, I saw some of them, Rieto Park and Tucson and River Downs and Oaklawn for a while. Do you even know how many you called out over the years?
Not as many as some of the other guys probably, but probably some places that nobody's ever heard of. The Gila County Fair in Globe, Arizona, the Cochise County Fair in Douglas, Arizona. I worked at Evergreen Park for a season. I got behind the mic up there, so I can say that I've called races at the farthest north track in North America and the farthest south track in North America. So I don't think that's worth anything, but it's kind of a cool feather in my cap.
And they're off in the Florida Derby. Excellent beginning for Classic Causeway from down toward the inside. Simplification was away in good shape today, and he's up to challenge from second.
Pete, when you get to call races like the Florida Derby and the Pegasus, what are those moments like for you? Because each time I hear you call them, it's like you're calling them for the first time.
Well, I kind of feel that way, so I'm glad it comes across that way. I never aspired to be in that position, and I know that may sound strange, but for me, and I always use the baseball analogy, I was quite content to be a double-A or a triple-A baseball player my whole life, because as long as I got paid to play the game that I love, I was okay with that. So, being behind the mic for the Pegasus or the Florida Derby, they never seemed like attainable goals to me. And I guess that's kind of been a recurring theme throughout my career, that I never really, until that first Pegasus was over and I didn't mess it up, I really never really believed that I belonged in that echelon.
Now at the top of the stretch, Simplification bracing for an oncoming White Barrio. Papa Cap is very game between horses, and Charge It swings into action on the far outside. There's an eighth of a mile to go. White Barrio takes over from Simplification.
The same company that owns Gulfstream obviously owns Santa Anita Park, and you got a chance this year to call a couple of Breeders' Cup races on site. Frank took a couple races off, and you got the call. What was that like to get the call 2 Breeders' Cup races?
That was crazy on so many levels, because I thought until I literally got on property that it was some sort of a prank, because I couldn't believe that Frank was gracious enough to give me the opportunity to call some Breeders' Cup races.
Favorite race call through the years for you?
Easy, first Pegasus.
They're off in the Pegasus World Cup. Arrogate was away well, and so was California Chrome, but Noble Bird wins the start, and he'll go looking for the lead.
That was that I proved myself moment. I've never been as emotional as I was after that Pegasus. I had burst into tears, and they were big, heavy, and sincere tears.
What a race! What a sport! What a horse! Arrogate romps in the Pegasus!
That was a career highlight, because it was like climbing the ladder to the top, going from my very first race, which was a $1,000 maiden race going half a mile at Relito Park, to the world's richest race, calling California Chrome and Arrogate.
You can tell he's so enthusiastic when he calls. Very cool to listen to.
Definitely. Well, let's get to our Jockey and Trainer of the Week, brought to you by Turning for Home. And Jockey of the Week, Andy Hernandez. We had him on the show a long time ago when he was an apprentice rider, and boy, has he blossomed.
Yeah, you could tell, Danny. You told me earlier you thought he was going to be big time, and he is clearly big time. And when he hooks up with our Trainer of the Week, Michael Moore, he does even better. That combo is hard to beat.
It really is. Congratulations, Mike Moore, Trainer of the Week. Got to give a big shout out to Liz Moore, his wife, and their whole team. They do a great job. But let's get to best of the rest. We're going to take a look at Monday's 9th race, and hard to deny the number 3 horse, Mass Roar.
Yeah, 2 to 5. Just been nothing but good for the connections. Claimed for 12-5 back in October of 2022, Danny. And this is the 6th win this year in 7 starts. What a cool horse.
Yeah, this horse is just a beast, and now he has a new dynamic coming off the pace. I talked to Dexter Haddock about him this morning, and he said that is one talented horse.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, let's go to Gulfstream Park. It's the Pulpit Stakes, 7.5 furlongs on the turf course. This is for 2-year-olds, and kind of a blanket finish there, but keep an eye on Noted.
It is a blanket finish. The Rapoli stable, the 8 Noted, Todd Fletcher. They tried this horse in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on the dirt. Didn't really work out so well. Back on the turf, where he just missed winning the Bourbon Deccan group with the Chuck Zachney horse. Noted just up, as you said, Danny, at the wire to win by a neck at 6 to 5.
Yeah, $200,000 purchase by Cairo Prince. Keep an eye on him. Well, you know it's wintertime when Turfway Park's running, so we're going to go out for the My Charmer Stakes. This is a mile and 16th over that synthetic track, and the number 3 Katish for Michael Stidham. Very bunched together here going around the turn, though.
Yeah, very bunched together. This is the daughter of the late, great Arrogate. No telling what he was going to do if he had lived longer. He's off to a phenomenal start as a stallion. And Katish, Michael Stidham, going to get up here, win by a couple of lengths at the wire. And I love watching these Stampede races from Turfway Park in the wintertime, Danny.
Yeah, under the lights, Gerardo Corrales just kind of buying his time. And fun fact, I gave him a ride to the airport one time. Just randomly, he needed a ride. I was going that way, and he was going to some stakes race in Kentucky.
Very nice.
It's time for Eye on Racing. A little quiet around the country. There is the New York Stallion Series up in Aqueduct, and the Los Alamitos Futurity for 2-year-olds. Lots of 2-year-olds on the scene now this time of year.
That's the old Hollywood Futurity that's now run, obviously, at Los Al in Orange County.
Well, of course, we don't have a show next week, but you guys don't want to miss the great Smarty Jones special.
Yeah, can't wait.
We're going to go to our final break, though. When we come back, we have our Parks picks and news and notes for you.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, we have some Parks picks for you. We're going to take a look at Monday's 9th race. This is an optional 16,000 claimer, $50,000 purse, so pretty nice field here, 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go with the number 1. Shortest way to the wire, right? Cold Feet, trainer Cal Lynch, handsome gray son of Frosted.
Yeah, certainly has speed, inside post, dangerous. I'm going to go with Young Squire, the outside post, Eddie Coletti, Uptown, Charlie Brown, stud. Anthony Nunez, the horse is getting better with each race, like the post position. I think I'm winning this race.
And I like that Anthony Nunez stayed on Young Squire.
Indeed.
He could have rode Bronx Boys, but he stayed on Young Squire, so that could be a tell right there, too.
There we go.
We'll see who wins the Parks picks. Well, we don't have a show for you next week, but you don't have to miss us because we're going to have the inside story of Smarty Jones.
Yeah, no live show, but the great Smarty Jones special that Bruce Casella put together. And man, it's hard to believe, but it's going to be 20 years next year since the great Smarty Jones won the Derby and the Preakness, and should have won the Triple Crown. Here's a brief clip from the Smarty Jones inside story.
The Backstretch Kentucky Derby Week is like no other barn area in the world. Hundreds of media members and friends of horsemen flock to catch a glimpse of the future Kentucky Derby winner.
Like Smarty, huh? He's a good horse, isn't he? 6 wins.
He can tell you all about his wins in Arkansas and everything.
Earlier in the week, trainer John Service gets his first look at what will become a growing media contingent as Kentucky Derby 130 nears.
Coming that way, guys. Heads up.
Of course, John has a job to do, and with the help of stable foreman Bill Foster, Pete Van Trump, and groom Mario Arriaga, Smarty Jones is in great hands.
You take everything that you read and hear about the Kentucky Derby and magnify it maybe 10 or 20 times, and that's what it's like. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Just being here and having fun, and just the experience of being, with good people, good horses.
Nice leisurely mile and a half.
Each and every morning about 9, Service meets and greets the media from around the world, fielding questions, personal and professional.
He's getting his game face on. He was real tough today. He was real aggressive, but he galloped good. I mean, he bowed his neck and pulled and galloped around there real nice. And he pulled up, stopped, looked, walked off the racetrack like a true professional.
Well, make sure you catch On the Rail right after the Smarty Jones special. It comes on at 10:30. And we'd like to wish all of you guys a very happy holidays from our Let's Go Racing family. Well, that wraps it us this week, but we are still racing here at Parks Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we'll catch you next time.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away. And Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derbies.